Okay, why more swing trades and less day trades out of me? Is it because I'm getting killed day trading? Absolutely not. I'm getting killed from boredom, maybe. Running a day trading chat room here, and the market has changed so substantially, in my opinion. Is it the new normal, or is it a temporary volume issue that remains to be seen? But still doing well on swing trades. Now, I do swing trades a little bit differently, I think, than a lot of people. A lot of people take a really strong stock and then buy on pullbacks to the 20 period moving average and so on. I am more of a bottom feeder on swing trades. OVTI, by the way, I just wanted to show you real quick. It's one of the few stocks I even mentioned lately for our day trade. Great early strength here today. Let me go into this real quick, and then I'll talk about swing trades. And then was kind of flagging. But see how it chops around using 5-minute candles? Just no clear entry. So what I teach our members to clean that up is to go to a longer term time frame like 15s, and then you get that nice clean consecutive lower high stair step, nice bottoming tail. And I mentioned that OVTI flagging on 5s, a better way to play that would be on 15s, which would be along the first break of a previous 15-minute candles high. In this case, 1683 would have been the entry. Worst case stop 1660. And from 1683, it did make it ultimately to 1743, so not bad for any of our members that took that, but it wasn't exactly a killer trade, but crystal clear trigger and stop. There's the trigger, there's the stop, and that's really like the only highlight I have to show from today. You go to 5s and you can see the choppiness here. Let me talk about the SPY real quick. Big gap down, broke out of a channel really yesterday. I talked about that with our members, felt like a top, and then today gaps down. But even with the gap down, and the Dow was down 200 some points, or 200 points at one period today, even the shape of today's SPY intraday, you never got any kind of panic sell-off. You've just got straight grinding, lower a little bit, but nothing where you really got passion, where stocks got passion, where there were some nice day trades. So day trading right now, at least the last week or two, I've had some decent ones, but things are not acting the way they used to. One more example, Directv back in the day, which is just even as much as a few weeks ago, you hear us talk about PFPDs, or potential final pushes down. This is what they look like. Directv on this push down certainly should have bottomed. Normally you would get a, like this green candle, you would get a long here and at least a 10 to 20 to 30 cent bounce. But instead, and this is my theory, the high frequency trading machines taking over these things. Whenever you get kind of extra volume, they jump into them and take pennies here and pennies there, long, short, long, short. Again, it's not theory, I can't prove it, but normally this would have been a V bottom, and instead it grinds almost forever. I mean, a good probably hour there, and then it breaks out, right back down, back up again. So there's a lot of strange trading going on. So my reaction to that is to focus a little bit more on swings, where we're looking for stocks to get to a certain point, and I'm teaching our members a scale-in strategy that I've developed, and it's been pretty successful. So the first buy is only one of 10 desired. I break them down into units. Let's just say you want to own 1,000 shares of something. The first buy would be just one unit, 100 shares, and then if it goes lower, the second buy 200, and so on until you have 1,000. So it goes 100, 200, 300, 400, hoping actually that when we spot something that it goes lower, so we can build our position and get the bigger lots at a cheaper price, and averaging it brings your average down really nicely. We did that very thing in Genome. Let's go to the daily here. Genome, huge volume here, 27 million shares. Okay, and I think I talked about this in a video the other day. We started buying on this day. Okay, after this secondary bounce, we started buying here with the 1 unit system, couple more units, 3 units, and 4 units, and then sold the very next day once I had my full 10 units. And the reason I break it into units is because it can be different for everybody. Somebody might want to own 1,000 shares. They might be comfortable with that. Someone else might want to own 10,000 shares. So you break your full position, your full desired position up into 10 increments, and each one is a unit. That's why I always start small. Anyway, by doing that, my first buy I think was at 420, and on this day it ran to 419, but ended up selling half of my position on this day for almost a 9% gain. The other half I killed today when it was rolling over. The market was weak. Killed for a dime gain on the back half. So it averaged out to a 6% gain on the trade. But anyway, the scale-in method, I'm very, very comfortable with it. A lot of our members like it. So I'm leaning more towards swing trades. Now, what I usually do different than other people is I don't necessarily focus on strong stocks. We call ZAG as a swing. I believe back here on this day we started buying. And ZAG literally was the day that we caught the bottom. You had to scroll way out to see it, but it bounced off this area before. So this is not something. When ZAG looked like this, there weren't too many people thinking that was a good long. People were giving up on it. This is when we started buying. So those are the kinds of swings I like to call for our chat room. It's something that's been decimated and is getting down to a level of support. And with the scale and method, it's a pretty safe way to go. And I didn't hold ZAG, sold it all into this 3 or 4 day pop, and ended up with a 10% gain just in a couple days, which is nice. But you know, if I'd held it for a month or two, almost a double. It's just not how these are usually supposed to be 1 or 2 week holds. Anyway, having said all that, we've got one swing working right now. I have 6 units of a desired 10 of a stock that I think could end up 20 to 30 to 40% over the course of this spring. I'm still looking to add my final 4 units. And as I told our members today, I'm going to be focusing more on trying to find charts like I just showed you, the ZAG or whatever, to scale in and build some swings. Because intraday trading right now, to use a professional term, sucks. So, you know, it may turn around, but right now, you've got to adapt to what's in front of you. So that's what we're doing. I'm not going to babble anymore. Just wanted to talk a little bit about why we're kind of leaning a little more towards swing trades going forward. And if there's any kind of sea change after that and the day trades are working beautifully again, which we will always be looking for day trades. We run a day trading chat room. So we're always on the lookout. And also look for future videos where I'm going to start highlighting some of our members' trades, because some of our members, I'm not the star of the I run the trading room, but I'm not the star. We have some members that just make some unbelievable calls in there. So in future videos, I've decided I'm going to start highlighting some of them and talking about their entries and stuff too. So anyway, look for future videos talking about when we're going to go back and maybe focus more on day trades. But right now we'll be doing both with a little more emphasis on the swing genre. All right, talk to you later.